Hello everybody, Glitchtrooper here. I'm back for some more Shadows of Thaumaturgy, and this time I'm thinking of doing something I haven't done for a while. Uh, that's something wrong button, quite classic. I need to whack wither, because some of the things going onward will require nether stars and or other wither products. I'm not sure how much else comes from the wither with my current setup, but so we'll see about that. Now, there's some things I might show off here and there, and I might get back to my research with, just in case the wither has an entry. That would be an interesting thought. Well, then again, I know it's more linear, so it wouldn't be immediately. I'll get back to that. So yeah. Although if it indicates something later about it, then yeah. But I've been working on some stuff over there to prepare for my gigantic ritual. For now, however, I'm going to be diving deep because it's easy to go deep to deal with a wither. It's a good thing I made these at some point way back. Okay, problem is, I can't seem to find where the lit spot is. Where did I have the lit spot? Because there was I need to also make a... do need some torches, though. For reasons. Anti-groove reasons. But reasons. You know, I'm not actually going to use the other thing for a while, so... might as well. Because I'm going to use my, my boss slaying sword. Which is, basically my, solstice sword. The solstice sword kind of rocks at slaying bosses. Because its ascending damage is just like a, you will eventually have enough to absolutely pound it in. Well, if I'm going to get prosperity ore, I might as well. Well, I suppose this is a good spot to go ahead and prepare to whack a wither, so, okay, I mean... I could do it this way. I'd just do it kind of a slightly different setup than usual. Tossing prosperity shards that way. Cobble. Add some of that in there. We should be good. Okay. Do we really need that? Well, just in case I decide to do the other technique, then maybe. But I certainly doubt it. But I need to whack a wither, so going forward, it's just one real thing to do. Whack a wither. I don't remember if I have to do it this small, or for that matter, can I, or what? Oh yeah, that worked. Avoid the blast. Charge in and start smashing. Refreshing soup. No wither, I can't take your soul because you don't have a spawn egg. Weird logic, but that's how it is. I also destroyed Trimmer while I was in there and didn't even notice. Doesn't have sweeping edge on it, so I don't see how I got it in collateral. But if I did, fine. I mean, it's a thing that happens sometimes. There was a Trimmer and it kind of exploded. Fair enough. I'm going to be needing that, but I'm also going to have to scan it in, because I need to be able to produce a beacon for the whole thing. Heck, why not I just kind of go for it. Yeah, bed lips. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do it, because I'm not gonna need to worry too much about some stuff, so why not? Meanwhile, hopefully, as my EMC gets closer and closer to a certain point, I will be able to actually go forth and go with it. Because I would like to be able to also, at some point in the future, be able to finally have myself a Transmutation Tablet. So there's that. There we go. I'll set up that whole thing later. But for now, at least I got all that. And I also have a tunnel now. It's always nice to have an extra tunnel. Okay, now at least I have that phase prepared. I have a ton of other stuff already done. Don't we have the other one? Where's my thing? Oh well, I could just go up the old-fashioned way. Where's the Banshee? Right there. Oh, I didn't know they could throw you upward. Did I get it? Where'd it go? Oh. That was confusing. Maybe there was a Banshee somewhere when that happened. It refunded me some soul sand. Interesting timing. Admittedly, that interesting timing. You kind of got me there. Yeah, I just got some soul sand refunded from my experience. So, okay, how am I doing over here? Working on it, because I would like to get slightly over 2 million points so I can get my Transmutation Tablet. For what it does, it is a tad expensive, but it's also, well, to be perfectly fair, it's the mother of all convenience fees, being able to do it from your inventory. So I'll just toss in some more of my forest fruit that I've been cultivating there. And that's not powered up enough to do it, so I could go do something else for a while. Oh wait, I'm gonna need my book. Because this next part, I'm gonna need my book. Just in case. Okay, I'm gonna need the book, because what it's saying up on this next one is, that, they need to visit one of these special areas with the tall trees. In other words, one of the, the mansions in the woods. Just in case it lets me do the thing, I'm going to take a water bottle. It's been a while since I've done this. Wait, have I? Oh yeah, that's right. I do need to refresh my wings. Do I have to have milk for some reason? I forgot that whole thing for a second. Okay. There we go. Okay, now whenever I go over there, things should be fine. Well, actually, this is perfect timing. Don't I need to sleep through this? At some point, and I still need to give them an answer at some point, so if anybody would like to chime in on that, that would be nice. Like, do I want to really go for it? Do I want to Finally accept a few responsibilities that I've had from my association with the darn lips, SCP Foundation. SCP Foundation. There we go. So that could be a thing. Yep, I knew I had to go back here. Yeah, just let me jump in, can ya? Yeah, I know I had to take a water bottle in for that one. Thank you, memory. Okay, sleeping potion? Yeah, if I do this, you know where I go. And if you, well, maybe you don't. I will go to the Nightmare Realm, and things will go down. Big things. And meanwhile, is this no longer only in tundras? Because that one that's shaped like a test. My lips are going nuts, crazy. It really, can't even say going crazy today correctly. Okay, I am having some, me and my darn lips. As I was going to say, ahem. If I drink that, I go to a nightmare realm where stuff gets real, and I'm definitely going to break it again. If you haven't seen what it's like before, then before I go through with this, you might want to watch Solitary Craft Plus. That was amazing whenever I went through that, but I will definitely do that sometime soon. Now, can I get to the chest thing? I don't know. This one is okay. It does kind of guide you here. I guess I do have to do the nightmare thing sometime soon. Well, I kind of have a few ideas what I'm going to need to do. Although, if I can find a tundra first, that would be great. Because I'm thinking that might be still where I find the giant ender chest. And if I can find the giant ender chest, I am going to have a ludicrous experience. And also be able to make a portable base that's absolutely awesome. Okay. Okay, so what if I try to find a nearby tundra? Well, ice plains, whichever way you'd like to put it. Frozen plains, ice plains, tundra, classic thing. They may or may not have renamed. It's been a while. It really been that long? I think it has. Ice spikes is usually close to it. Is it frozen plains? Well, there's frozen river and frozen ocean. Those are usually adjacent to it, but I'm looking for a kind of tundra. What do I need? Cold? Yeah, nope. Okay, maybe it's straight up tundra now? That would be nice if it was. Snowy tundra, maybe? Snowy taiga. Snowy tundra. There we go. Snowy tundra. Okay, that's a decent distance from here, and this took me a while to find. So, okay. What was that button I used to fly again? It's been a while since I've been using the flying thing. Of course, I also prefer flying on my demonic friend. He really helps out. Weird keybind thing. I have karma. If I don't know what you're doing, you probably don't need to be there. Okay, where was I? Okay. Was it just under wings? Fly was T. I'm wondering if I'm going to be fast enough this way to where I don't need to fly on my buddy there, but we'll see. Either way, it's There we go. Okay, so if I just follow this, I should be fine. I guess I got to give my solstice sort of work out. It's been a while since I smacked something with that one. If I'm very lucky, this frozen plains, this beautiful tundra, my lips are working better now, mostly, will give me a very special structure. If I'm very lucky. We'll see about this. Now there's a nice mountain with somebody having a campfire. That's kind of good. Wow, that's a pretty beautiful Astral Sorcery location you got there. Those temples aren't exactly the easiest to find at that size. And okay, those guys have some very red tinge on their kind of horns and stuff. Okay. Yeah, pulling up from the trees. Trees, lots of big trees. About ran myself into some large trees. Okay, frozen. Okay, there's a beholder over there. There's that over there. To be perfectly fair, I'd like to tame a beholder, but that's not what I'm here for right now. I need to, pull up. Need to land for a second. Need to eat something. Okay. You just stay in my pocket, and I will have a meal. Okay, yeah, I'm still closing in, so it's good. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a thing here, whatever you were. I have a feeling you'll have a very hard time finding me after this. Okay. Oh, got another eerie forest here with the whole thing. Okay, that's showing it's working. That would also explain the tremendous amount of terrain lag, because those structures are huge. I want to kind of let some of the stuff scroll in there. Okay, definitely getting some stuff that thinks there should be a frozen tundra here. So I'm seeing some frosty mobs. Graveyard. Just let it scroll in a bit. Fly casually. Let's scroll up. Whoop. Okay, there's a Morak. We have dragons. More dragons. Is it confused over the biome? Of course, if I happen to see the structure, I know what it looks like, so that would be nice if it happened to just kind of show up, even if it was in another biome. Because it would be kind of interesting if that was the rebalance before the bigger rebalance, that it could show up in any biome. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm bobbing and weaving back and forth. Is because I'm trying to scroll stuff in, and there is a. That is not. What is this? Snars Novu biome? And there's, oh boy, that would also explain some lag. I have a lot of Lycanite structures in my way. While it would be nice to deal with them at some point in the future, which I will, and it is going to be interesting to know that if I just point towards the nearest tundra from my my personal eerie forest, that I will be guided to various things like that. Oh my gosh, it's like 6 bosses there. That's a little excessive, but I will be able to take them all down. It's just uh, a lot of them. Of course, that also means a lot of very special soul stones. And can you? Whoa! Is something attacking me or what? 'Cause I'm just trying to get stuff to scroll in. So I was just flying a few rounds just to get stuff to scroll in. Okay, according to this, I'm getting closer. Okay, this is... There it is, right off the bat. Sweet! Goodness. There are several of them. Okay, I'm accepting of this weird fact that there is an absolute ton of them here. Orpheus Eldridge Metal. Can I still... Yep, I can fall through that just like in the old days. Okay, fair enough. Is it partially lit in here? Why have I not got that message yet? Or did I literally outrun the grooves? I very much doubt that I outran the grooves. Be careful with my step around here. Because once I get to the whole research thing, it'll be awesome, but it'll be interesting what happens. So, okay, Obsidian, Eyes of Ender. Yep, the loot is a lot like how I remember it. Loaded with Ender stuff. Oh, this takes me back. Maybe I will get that beautiful amount that I need while I'm also completing this particular research. Of course, I can also just break the... Why are you not, hello, chest? Thank you. Oh, this is nothing but Eyes of Ender. Okay. Well, it's just something to opening a chest, even if you're not gonna actually, you know, like, break it first. That's a pretty good amount of EMC. I am EMC hunting while I'm here as well. I gotta be careful about that, because I know there's a special thing around here. I don't want to fall in quite yet, because I know there's layers of loot. I want to obtain all those layers if I can, because I might not be able to be back here for quite some time. I mean, I could set a waystone. I could set an additional waystone. If I benefit enough, I might set a waystone. Looks like I might, actually. Again, layers and layers of loot. Although this one was nothing but obsidian. I mean, it helps. The structure itself may also be worth it. But it's just such a beautiful structure, I wouldn't want to do anything like that, so... I mean, you even, like, go in through that. Those things act kind of like windows that enemies can't see through. Kind of. At least here. And that's basically what's counting, because I'm kind of hiding away while I'm doing all this. I mean, it was gorgeous that I was able to properly get one of these structures. Because whenever I complete that, I'll be ready to go anywhere and do all sorts of stuff, because I will officially be able to have big, awesome portable base again. I mean, out of all the portable bases in mods, I still honestly think the ones that you get from Afraid of the Dark here, that I'm about to unlock the research for, are some of the best I've ever seen. It gives you a lot of nice, roomy space right off the bat. It may not be as upgradable, but it gives you a lot of working space you can think about and plan around. Like, you can honestly put construction inside even fairly large multi-block machine structures you can kind of put inside and be able to use them whenever you need them. So this is one of the most awesome pieces of research like ever. It's seeing how it's kind of part way into the mod. It's really good because with all the exploration and stuff you need to do, at least in this kind of version of it, it's kind of necessary. What I mean by that is supposedly the mod has been rebalanced and no longer needs quite as much exploration. I mean, you can, and some of it's still important to do, of course, but it's just not as heavily based on it as it used to be. However, that version is not compatible with my world. So, I'm gonna have to just see that later at some point, because I could not get that properly installed because of the incompatibility. Why is it not compatible? Because it's not compatible with previous versions of itself, I should say. Okay, now I'm going to go down to the next level, possibly be ready to fight, because you don't know. I mean, there could be. That's the one. Okay, there's only a couple levels of loot. That's fine. And the portal seems to be luminous, so I don't have to worry about extra lighting. So, okay. After I loot the place properly, and possibly put in a marker for my own, like, original find, just to say this is the one that I found first. Then I think I'll be good. Because once I do that research, this is just awesome. I'm also hearing a definite stream of cows around here. These cows definitely know I am here. I don't know how they are in this. Well, I've seen cows in tundras before. I did with my first world, so yeah. I mean, they're a little rare there, yeah. Easy to find, actually, kind of, because they kind of show up real easy in a tundra environment. So it not really is blending in with the area, so it comes in handy, actually. I will take all the loot in all the chests, thank you. But I'm not gonna damage the structure or the build itself if I can avoid it. There's also some glowstone helping out around here, that's nice. And it may be good to hold on to the area and mark it regardless of whether or not I go over, because in terms of my EMC value that I'm looking for, because there's other things in this area that are pretty important. Again, there's lycanite structures, there's like a lot of them, and there's like more of these, which means more of this loot. That's beautiful. I mean, there's like 3 of these things that I can immediately see, maybe 4. And that was just these structures, not even the other structures. I think I'm in the middle of another one of those giant structure clusters where they just all show up together and it's like, hi, would you like important structures? How about all at once? Like just an absolute ton of them. So is that happened here again? Possibly. I'm getting some very interesting vibes saying, explore around here, there's good stuff. So I'm definitely going to take that for what it's worth. I'm actually getting pretty close to the 1 point, I mean not 1 point, 2 point something or other million points that I need. Sweet. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a large amount of points for the tablet that you can just hold in your hand and use from your inventory. So it is a humongous convenience fee. And I mean, in terms of just crafting an inventory, this is a crafting stick. This is a Philosopher's Stone. They can both do the same thing, although you need a certain button to operate that. You can just click that like usual. But notice that for the convenience of in-inventory crafting, you pay quite a premium. So the convenience fees in the convenience fees for EMCs is kind of pretty heavy. So Project E does make some things that are really convenient, really expensive. So yeah, that's a thing. Makes me wonder what it would think the EMC of a portable base would be. I mean, I haven't seen them advance some of those neat original ideas like that for quite some time, but I'm just thinking, what would their idea of a portable base, EMC-wise, actually be? I mean, you're kind of that normally, in a way, because you have the ability to have kind of a inventory that's rather large with Project E. And you have the semi-inventory like this that's kind of extended in a way. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I'm not past my limit yet, but I'm just going to put my waystone here. Because I've got to mark this opportunity. First giant void chest. Kind of like when I marked my first bees. I really need to go back to my first bees at some point. Okay, because I've got all the loot here, so time to dive in. Whoa! Eldridge Decoration. And no, this is not a loading error. It really looks like this. Because if you haven't seen this before, this is what you get. These barriers are basically placed around here amongst a beautiful background that's looks like you're out in the universe somewhere. You have yourself a portal to go back to wherever you were before. This is how it works whenever you actually go into your void chest, as opposed to just going into the giant void chest for the first time. So every player gets their own space like this, and it's pretty big. Now, I will line the walls eventually with stuff to mark out how far this goes. And so far, I'm not seeing anything spawning in here, because it's kind of not technically lit. Well, I don't know. Let me check. Is this technically lit? No. It's supposed to basically forbid mob spawns. There was an earlier glitch that had to be solved around that we kind of just let going on before because it made a good story. But this is supposed to be an enemy-free zone, so if we see anything here, we'll know that there's some funny business going on, and I will have to talk to David again about that. Possibly, maybe, depends on how much story it shows up. I say that because I have a feeling story is about to go down. I've been kind of being casual for a while, but epic stories might need to be told again soon. It might just kind of creep up on me. I've been avoiding canonical things, and now stuff's happening, so yeah, we'll see. I am back to here, so I can read my book in the giant void chest. Why? I just think it seems appropriate. And you kind of have to do this for certain other decorative blocks. But the void chest allows you to... there's been void chests in the past of different types in the history of modded Minecraft. They've done very different things. This one is a portable base. You go into that area like I was describing before. Now let's see. Okay, it doesn't show the EMC, but I think there's EMC-able capabilities here. I just think EMC does not show up in the book. As for Eldridge Decoration, it's about making some interesting blocks using a special Eldritch metal. And then you can make these things that kind of resemble what the giant void chest is made out of. So when you're looking at these blocks, you can make those. Yeah, you see it shows the EMC here, but it doesn't show it whenever it's in the book. That's okay. It uses like a custom interface rather than patchouli, I think. So That custom interface isn't quite the same. Now, to show just how cool this is, I am going to go home. To the boathouse. I'm going to see, do I have ender chests in here? Yes, I do. Wow, my pointer is really going ballistic today. And this is where the laying of transmutation tables all over the place for convenience and making sure that I have one already in an area will kind of stop cascading. Because once I get the tablet... Does it not work in a crafting stick? Did I miss something in the recipe? Did it get slightly changed? Hold on there, you little soup. Okay. See, obsidian. Oh, blocks of coal. Okay, it was 4 obsidian, 4 blocks of coal. Okay. So you're going back that way, and I need some blocks of coal. Okay. It's been so long that I just casually looked at it. I thought it was 4 obsidian for some reason. Okay, so, oops. The blocks of coal are at the cardinal directions, and the obsidian's at the corners, and then ender chest in the middle, and I've got myself, yes, the true void chests. Now, for 7,000 a pop, these are an absolute steal. Especially with what all's about to go down. And you can actually invite people into your realm. If you do the right thing. Okay, now is night. But where should I put my special void chest? I might do something very thematic in a moment. Very, very thematic indeed. Okay, I got the researches, and the one that it gives me here is Withering Heights. Okay, I mean, that's kind of fair. I've been recently replenishing my accumulator with charcoal. Should be fine. But I still haven't got quite to the percentage I was hoping to. But at least my auto farming is cheap and easy. I can just wait a little while and toss stuff in, so sooner or later it's gonna pop past that point, I swear. And when it does, oh boy, that's gonna be beautiful. I'm going to literally use this as a maiden's head. These things are nearly indestructible. They require diamond level pickaxes to mine. So kind of like ender chests, you need a pretty good pickaxe. They do mine quickly though. But here's the big thing. You open it up. And, well, I had to click it first to do that. And you get kind of stuck on top, and zip, you go into your ender chest, or your void chest. Well, to be perfectly fair, I used an ender chest in the recipe. So now I'm going to that exact same spot I was before when I first entered the giant void chest portal. So isn't this neat? And I can take this around with me all over the place. And I can EMC it because it's made out of vanilla materials, and I can just place it somewhere else, and I'm still going to the same area. So this is a portable base. And that is absolutely awesome. So now if I do void in here, it should be the only thing, because very few things actually use that. Although, I will have to check that here. Is there anything other than that uses void? There's a few things. Well, void damage, yeah. Mana void. Other things that have a void attribute. Okay. Well, there's the void tier from Reliquary. That's a interesting thing. The void ring. Okay, there's more than a few, but right now that's the only one I got there. Void from Mana and Artifice. Jar of Voiding. I'd rather not void much right now. I'd rather just go in my void chest, thank you. Avoiding creepers, okay. Okay, so it's a little, void sigil. It's a little void radiant, trash void, void charm. Charm, talisman that gives you all of them at once. Void anvil. Void amulet. Yeah, okay, anyhow, so there's a bit more, but the only thing I have in my ender chest, all over the place. I think I'm a little out of it because of some things that might wind up be going down, because if they catch up with me, oh boy, I think I can negotiate with SCP Foundation, and maybe I won't be so worried, because I can get back to sort of staying more casual, even if I'm helping them out. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, and I think it's got me a little out of it there. But anyhow, as I was going to say, the only thing in my transmutation system right now that has void in it is void chest, so I should be able to easily search for it whenever I need to just get into my portable base and do stuff. Now, speaking of portable bases, I might move a few ships at some point and get a little fleet going over here. But regardless of that, I might move a lot of my important stuff into my void chest and do things that way. Maybe just have like a little void chest in here or something like that. And maybe a few other important blocks around here that look nice and or decorative. Admittedly, the alchemical chests always look nice. But you know what I mean. They just kind of redecorate a bit, have myself a portable base, and always just have fun with that whole concept. So I might just go a little nuts with going with that again. And speaking of going nuts, I will need that because whenever I go into the Nightmare Realm, a lot of my stuff will be removed and kind of stored until I go back out. So I'm going to see what all I can do to get around that, including, having a void chest in a very interesting storage location. I'll show that off another time. But in other news, a little showing off of what I was doing in between episodes otherwise, and this took some time. So whenever I said I was getting ready for the big ritual making my hammer, yeah, I've been up to stuff. You need a lot of runes of various sorts, and these rune holders are, well, the master rune holder isn't cheap, but the others are. I mean, the regular ones are 3 iron and a mana dust, or mana powder, I should say, and the master is 3 emeralds and a mana powder. So, yeah, but otherwise, a lot of these runes took some time, and I had to stockpile a lot of stuff because Rune of Asgard, which is one of these two, that took some serious materials. And I had to, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I was looking in the nether for a while to find the netherite scraps, because one of them required a netherite ingot. So, yeah, this took a lot of time and some expensive stuff. But I have assembled what should be the ritual to get my hammer in a new form. However, I will also need to defeat Gaia Guardians to get the final component, and that's why I had to beat a Wither, because you need a beacon to summon the Gaia Guardians. So there's that. I may also do some other preparation for the Gaia fight itself, because I have a few interesting ideas of what to do around it. And I'm going to find a new area to deal with, so I've got a lot of prep work to do in between. But for now, I think that was a pretty good point there. I mean, I got to find my void chest research. I managed to whack a wither, so I could now have access to I wouldn't say endless supply of nether stars. They are somewhat pricey, but I will be able to afford them periodically and do things, because I will totally need to for this whole Gaia fight. That will be a serious chunk of lots of resources. And then I will be getting lots of resources and cool stuff back. So it's going to be a serious rampage in all sorts of directions. But I will be fighting Gaia Guardians somewhat soon, and hopefully finally getting Mjolnir to compare it with some of the other weapons I've got around here. Also, just having Mjolnir, again, is always awesome. I like just about every iteration of Mjolnir I've ever used, so yeah. Anyhow, I will be logging off for now. Hope to hear from you all later. And do remember, do decide to chime in if you thinking I really should go along with the SCP Foundation on their proposal from before. I mean, it's a thing. Anyhow, okay, I'll be fully logging on now. So bye for now, everybody.